All right, if you're creating content for the web, you know this struggle. You want to write something that people actually love reading, but you also have to make sure Google loves it enough to rank it. Today, we're breaking down an absolute powerhouse of a workflow that does both. So let's get right into how it works.
This is the classic question, isn't it? The big dilemma. On one side, you've got your creative, human-first writing. On the other, you've got the cold, hard demands of a search algorithm. For the longest time, it's felt like you had to pick a side. But what if you don't have to? And this lays it all out perfectly. When you're writing for people, your goal is clarity, engagement, providing real value, right? But when you put on your SEO hat, suddenly it's all about keywords, structure, and just sending the right signals to Google. It's like two different mindsets, and honestly, for years, they've been at war. But the professional answer, the one that actually gets results, is that you have to do both. And you don't do it by just guessing and hoping for the best. Nope, you do it with a repeatable system. And that is exactly what we're going to walk through right now. So, how do we build this system? Well, it all starts by assembling the perfect team. And in this case, I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about two incredibly powerful tools that work together as a data-driven power duo. First up is Surfer SEO. I want you to think of Surfer as your data architect. It goes out, it analyzes all the top-ranking content for your keyword, and it comes back with a data-driven blueprint. It tells you exactly what Google is rewarding, what terms you need to include, how long the article should be, the whole shebang. And, once an architect has the blueprint, you need a writer to actually bring it to life. That's where ChatGPT comes in. It's the master writer. It takes that data-rich blueprint from Surfer and just weaves it into clear, helpful writing that actually sounds like a human wrote it. Surfer provides the what, and ChatGPT provides the how. Okay, now for the main event. Let's talk about the 6-step workflow that puts this incredible duo to work. This is the exact, repeatable system you can use to get your content to page 1. So here's the roadmap, the high-level view. First, we choose the right keyword. Then we build an outline based on data. We use AI to draft it, and then we optimize that draft against the data. We tune up the final on-page SEO bits, and then we add in some crucial trust signals. We're going to hit every one of these. Step 1 is absolutely critical. Honestly, your topic choice is probably half the battle. So before you write a single word, you've got to validate your keyword. Ask yourself, does the intent of the top results match my goal? Can I genuinely cover this topic better than what's already out there? And are there obvious weaknesses, like thin content or outdated info? If you can't say yes to these, you gotta find a different keyword. And this right here, this is where the magic happens. Once you have your keyword, you use Surfer to pull all the important related topics, what it calls NLP terms. Then you feed that entire list directly to ChatGPT with a prompt just like this one. You see, you're not just asking for a generic outline. You're asking for an outline that's already loaded with the DNA of a top-ranking article. It's brilliant. Okay, so after you have your draft, it's optimization time. You paste your text into Surfer's content editor, and it'll give you a score. The goal is super simple. Get that score into the green zone, which usually means an 80 or higher. And this number isn't a guess. It's a data-backed sign that your content is just as comprehensive as the article's already winning on page 1. Now, this step is becoming more and more important every single day. Google wants to rank content from actual experts, so you need to add signals that prove your experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust, or EEAT. This is what really separates high-quality, human-led content from generic AI output. So how do you show experience? Simple. You give proof. A little mini case study like this is perfect. Instead of just saying, oh, this works, you're showing them the exact numbers, the process, the timeline. This builds a ton of trust, not just with your reader, but with Google too. Using these tools together is, well, incredibly powerful. But there are a few common traps that can completely derail everything you're trying to do. So let's quickly cover what you absolutely need to avoid. First up, the classic mistake, keyword stuffing. You know what this is. It's when you try to force your main keyword into the text again and again and again until it sounds completely unnatural and robotic. This is an ancient tactic, and believe me, it will actively hurt your rankings today. The modern, much more effective solution is to focus on topical depth. So instead of repeating your main keyword 6 times, use that whole variety of related NLP terms that Surfer gave you. This shows Google you have a deep, real understanding of the subject, not just one phrase. And the next huge pitfall is just treating ChatGPT's draft as the final product. Hitting generate and then immediately hitting publish is a recipe for thin, pretty generic content that Google's quality standards are specifically designed to find and filter out. Don't do it. And this is so important to remember. Your job isn't being replaced by AI, it's being elevated. You are now the editor, you are the fact checker, you're the strategist. You have to add your own unique insights, make sure the tone is right, and verify every single claim. AI gives you the clay, you still have to be the sculptor. All right, we've gone through this strategy, the tools, the pitfalls, the whole thing. Let's bring it all together into one final checklist you can use to hit that publish button with absolute confidence every single time. And here it is, start to finish. You find your keyword and confirm the intent. You build the blueprint in Surfer and collect those NLP terms. You generate the outline, draft with ChatGPT, and then optimize it back in Surfer to get that score. Add your on-page SEO, layer in those vital EEAT trust signals, and finally you publish and you monitor. It really is a system, not a secret. So this all leaves us with one final thought. As you get ready to create your next piece of content, just ask yourself this. Are you just guessing and hoping that it ranks? Or are you going to use a data-driven system that's designed to win? The choice is yours.